We're in the town of Kamaishi in northeastern Japan. Got here this afternoon to find this scene here. It pretty much tells the story. Complete devastation in this neighborhood. These teams have to comb through all this rubble that's very heavily concentrated, and the houses clearly have been displaced, knocked into each other. There's a house that was knocked over and possibly into that other one over there as these guys try to enter that house. You can see them over there. They're working against every conceivable obstacle over here. Tons of mud, debris all over the place. You've got down power lines, and the weather obviously has turned very, very bad and risky for these crews. What are the added complications here of the snow?
There's a lot of complications that are added by the snow. First of all, the slip and fall hazards are obviously there.
Yeah.
The snow adds a different element in that it does hide things. It makes a lot of the ground look identical all the way through, and it makes it much harder for rescuers to identify what may be a pit, what may be an entrance to a cellar, and so we could easily miss things, so our people have to be much more direct on that.
It's a scene of complete destruction, but it's worth it for these guys to pick through every inch, make their way through the down power lines, over all the objects, into the spaces, because the stakes are enormous, of course, but there is opportunity. There are voids seemingly everywhere you look. Under this house, spaces where people could be sheltering, waiting for these guys to arrive. Under here, everywhere you look, a possibility for rescue. These guys have almost no room to operate as they try to get into this house that's been turned completely on its side. Look at this. They've got to slide through these openings, have nails around, all kinds of sharp objects. Here's a guy coming out. What's incredible about these places is, even with no sign of life, seemingly nothing to come back to, people keep coming back. There's a couple over there picking their way through this rubble that you can barely walk through, trying to get to their house, maybe find something that they can take back. Late in the day here, the hope of finding someone alive gave way to a desperate reality yet again. A body was found inside this house in one of the crevices. They covered it in a flowered blanket. So this area, like so many others, devastated by the tsunami. No survivors found here in the wreckage, so we move on to the next area. Brian Todd, CNN, Kamaishi, Japan.